Recording in progress.
Very good, Santosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So before we are going to start the today's lecture, yesterday, like what we discussed, just to give you a quick recap of that. So that meantime, others will join. Yesterday, I started with the web application development. What exactly the web application is? An application which will runs with the help of an internet. That is what we call it as a web. And it is a collection of web pages. And these web pages can be built with two different types of technology. One is the client, another one is the server. Now, a client is nothing but what? A browser. A server can be a web server, I can say. We have like different web servers are available, like IIS, Apache, Tomcat, AWS, Azure Cloud. Like that, we have different web servers. Kestel is one web server. Like that, we have different web servers are available. And in order to understand your application to that web server, we have to write the logic with the help of server-side technologies. Now, what are the server-side technologies we have? We have JSP is available, Struts MVC is there, ASP.NET is available, ASP.NET Core is available. Hey, I'm sorry, I got some network issue. Okay. Seems like it got fixed. I don't know, like suddenly like the network was dropped. I'm sorry. Right. Now coming to here, server-side technologies are purely connect with the server. But end of the day, the result or response has to be delivered to the client. Because end user will never go to the server and never log into the server and never see that output that what your application is gives you. As the web application developer, how much importance is there to build a server-side application? Equal importance should be given for the front-end application as well. And in order to do that particular one, the front-end application development, we use what? Client-side technologies. Generally speaking, client-side web technologies are going to be used, which can be used to build the front-end application. Now, what are the client-side technologies are available? I told you we have three different types of things. One is HTML, another one is CSS, and the third one is the JavaScript. HTML is the one, second one is what? CSS, and the third one is going to be JavaScript is available. Now, the purpose of the HTML is just used to represent the data. That means I have some raw data where I am getting it from my server-side application. I wanted to display that particular data in my front-end application. Then what I need to do? I'll use a table tag, or else I am getting from the backend some heading. Then I can display with the help of H1 tag so that people may know the importance of that particular content by using the HTML. Understood. HTML is just used for data representation, the way how you want to expose the data to the end user on the browser. Understand? That means if I try to open something like, let's say nareshit.in, there I'm able to see like, the Naresh IT over here, right? Now in this particular scenario here, I'm able to see like, the logo. By seeing that logo, we come to know that, okay, that is, the brand of a brand of like, particular one. And by seeing like, all this information, I come to know that these are the links to navigate from one place to another place. The time when user click on, let's say all courses, I'm able to see like, all the courses in a tabular format. You can see here, I'm able to see like, all the courses in tabular format. How I come to know that? Because like they structured in a way that, the complete data is going to be available in the table. How they created it? They are using the HTML, the simple HTML they are using in order to represent the data. Anybody can easily understand what exactly it is. And now CSS is available. The purpose of the CSS is used for what? Styling purpose. Whenever if you want to do, suppose let's say if I'm having just a table format, then I'm not able to get like, these backgrounds. But here you can see I have kind of background. That means for all the heading, I'm having some background. For all the normal rows, you can take, we have a different color. And for the links, I'm having different red color. And when I keep my mouse on there you can see it comes in like, the green color. So all these are like whatever the styles that you people are seeing here, that we are able to achieve with the help of what? CSS. So CSS is mainly used for what? Styling purpose. That means HTML by default won't provide any kind of styles. So for that reason, we use the CSS in order to provide like the styles for the web application. And the advanced version of the CSS is now Bootstrap, where most of the people they are using the Bootstrap. That means they use what Bootstrap is having, nothing. Whatever the frequently used styles that are available, they created, the Twitter company, they created like the classes, and they are giving those classes for us. And whenever it required, we just simply use that particular class, so that automatically that will be applied. And as the part of this training program, we will be understanding different Bootstrap classes as well. Like, when it comes to the Angular application development. And later we have like this SAS is available, less is available, stylus, like the different libraries that are introduced into the market. But Bootstrap is like the one which is currently ruling in the market. Understand? Currently ruling in the market. And here, either you can go with the HTML, CSS, or Bootstrap. We can build only a static page. Now, what is static page? What is dynamic page? What is the difference between those? Tell me. What is static and what is dynamic? I have mentioned very clearly that a static page is which is common for everyone. Now you can see, if I'll try to open this page from my end, I'm able to see an output like this. Same thing, if I'll be giving it to you, you people also see the same page, right? Is there any difference for you? Tell me. Tell me, is there any difference? If I open the page, whatever the content that what I am viewing right now, that is like, same for each and every person. It doesn't matter that like that content comes from the database or that content comes from some static data. It doesn't matter at all. A static page is nothing but a page which cannot be changed for every user. A page which cannot be changed for every user. That is what a static page. A page which can be constructed based on the user. A page which can be constructed based on the user. That is what we call it as a dynamic page. Understand? That means if I'll be going with Gmail and I'm going to log in into the Gmail by giving the username and password. And the time when user click on login, am I able to get only my emails, right? Yes or no? I'm able to see like only my emails, nothing apart from that one. I'm unable to get like, that email that what you people are having. It's completely like, that my email that what I'm getting. So that is how it is going to be. That is where like, it was constructed. Understand? It was constructed based on the user credentials. It was constructed based on the user credential. That is how it is going. And now that is like, those kind of pages are not sufficient. That means static pages are not sufficient to build a proper web application. So that we should make, a dynamic web applications. That is also very important. An application should have both the static pages and dynamic pages. We should have both. So for that reason, we use what? The JavaScript. And JavaScript is used to manipulate the DOM. DOM is something like the HTML element at runtime. That means suppose let's say I have a text box. When user enter the data and click on the submit, I'll read the value from the text box. Or else like when user click on let's say a submit button, then I wanted to construct the data based on the credentials that what user has given. So all these things are going to be dynamical. That means it should be generated dynamically. To build those kind of things, we use the JavaScript. And JavaScript later it enhanced to jQuery as a library, because like writing plain JavaScript and executing is not that much easy task. That is the reason like, we have the jQuery. And at that time, there is a new concept was looking into the picture in the industry, that is a SPA, single page application. And we cannot build a single page application with the help of jQuery. So for that reason, they introduced Angular, and now the Angular, that means Angular JS was there. Angular is completely rewritten. There is no like, similarities, and there is no, what I can say, implementation wise also, both are entirely different. Because Angular JS is just a library. That's it, nothing apart from that one. But when I say about Angular, Angular is going to be what? It's a framework. Angular is a framework. Angular JS is a library that we are having. Understand? It is a framework and it is a library that we are having. Okay. And what exactly that Angular? I have explained you very clearly. Angular is an open source. That means which is freely available front-end development platform, and which was developed by the Google, that make it easy to build a mobile and a desktop based web application. And we have like different implementations are available, like templates, data binding, forms, pipes, services, directives, understand, dependency injection, HTTP client, whereas like, observable, promises, and subscriber, like that we have many concepts are available. All those concepts that are like, that will make the Angular development much more easier, and also the performance is also too good. And what are the prerequisites? As I told you, HTML, CSS are bootstrap, and JavaScript basics are very important. And TypeScript and Angular, these two that I'll take care. And the duration, what I have explained to you yesterday, is 40 days. And the session timing is from 9 to 10:30. As these are the demo sessions, we will be spending 1 hour of time only. But like, maybe from tomorrow onwards, we will be logging like, the hours from 9 to 10:30 completely. Okay, this is what we have discussed in the last session. Now in today's session, we will see, right. Now in today's session, we will understand environment setup, building Angular applications. So the very first thing that every day, like you will be having the same link. There is no